3, 2, 1.
Welcome, everybody, to the Ring Generals podcast. My name is Nick Nina. Alongside me is Eric.
What's cooking?
And the RKJ Man.
Let's talk that talk, y'all. Hypocritical Nick. What's good?
We got some good stuff on this podcast, guys. We got Raw and SmackDown. We are going to be predicting Fastlane, the last pay-per-view stop on the road to WrestleMania.
Ronda Rousey finally found her inner badass in the WWE.
Finally.
What took her so long?
Finally. It just took her to talk about real life shit. And then we have, of course, we're going to be predicting the Derek Lewis Jr. Dos Santos heavyweight bout that will main event the next UFC fight night. And we will also look over some of the stuff that happened at UFC 235. But you mentioned Ronda Rousey. That was probably the biggest storyline going on right now in the WWE. Rousey obviously giving
hottest topic right now.
Yeah, giving up her title a couple weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, and then wanting it back, and then also hitting a shoot promo, and beating the living hell out of Becky Lynch on Raw. So what were our thoughts on this storyline so far? Now we have Becky Lynch versus Charlotte in essentially kind of a number one contenders match, but Charlotte is still in the main event of WrestleMania no matter what. So Becky just has to win. Becky also is like a broken person. So they're stacking all the odds against Becky Lynch, but we'll see what goes on. So what's your guys' thoughts on this? What's your guys' thoughts on this main feud going into WrestleMania?
Well, or do you want to go first, Ryan?
No, go first, Eric.
Okay, so Ronda being a heel, because after what happened at Survivor Series, because even we take responsibility in that because we were booing the living hell out of Ronda.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we got evidence for that. So, yeah, check that out.
I literally said, sorry, Ronda.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
She blamed us. That's funny, too. She did blame the Survivor Series crowd.
Right.
In their shoot promo.
Staples Center. So for one, I'm happy that Ronda is this is what we were expecting from Ronda to come back. This should have happened last year. This is how Ronda should have come the first when she first stepped foot here on WWE. So I actually thought to myself, you know what, Ronda, this is how you should build a main event for WrestleMania. If this is going to be the main event for WrestleMania, then I'm totally down for it. I totally saw how Ronda was taking it to Becky, just giving her those body shots, and it looked like legitly she wanted to take it to her. Like she really wanted to injure her. I'm like, oh, sweet, this is awesome. Mm-hmm. I want to see more of this.
Now that's how you stiff someone, Nia Jax.
Yeah. So for one, I'm happy for it, and I think maybe Becky may have gone over that segment with Ronda, saying that, hey, look, since you're gonna go heel on this one, I want you to give me everything you got. I want you to beat the living hell out of me. Make it real. Like, make it seem that you want to beat the living shit out of me. So I think you can tell that Becky and Ronda, they had an understanding that they were going to, take it to him. And for Charlotte, I don't know. Maybe she's next when Ronda sees her again. So, yeah, I'm invested in it and can't wait for the next time they beat the living hell out of each other.
I'm happy that Ronda Rousey found her inner badass for the WWE, but I'm wondering if it's all too little too late. Number one, okay, the storyline has been completely and totally convoluted and confusing. From the McMahons getting involved when they shouldn't be, to Vince stripping Becky Lynch of her WrestleMania title shot and putting Charlotte Flair in, to now they reinstate Becky, and then at first, before then, she was arrested and wasn't allowed to come anywhere on the premises, and she got this injury going on. It feels like, to me, like this whole storyline is convoluted, and really what we should have had is a slow heel turn for Ronda Rousey in the first place, with her going one-on-one with Becky Lynch. But beggars can't be choosers at this point, and we're only about 5 weeks away from WrestleMania, so at this point in the game, we got no other choice.
Yeah, it's better off if they were just to have their feud, like the three of them, just by themselves and not have the McMahons.
Yeah,
involved.
and it just doesn't make any sense, and now it's confusing with that Stephanie McMahon promo.
Yeah,
is she a heel? We don't know what Stephanie McMahon is.
We don't need Stephanie,
I
to be
guess
honest, in this one.
We don't need her. We do not need her involved.
The three of them, that's enough.
But she's got to be involved because she wants to be involved in the first ever women's main event of WrestleMania 35 some way somehow.
Kinda selfish.
That's just what's going on right now. But with the whole situation with Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair, I just wonder if it's too little, too late from certain scenarios. Like, I think we should have seen this Ronda Rousey in the first place, to be honest with you. Like, I've said it, like, even last year, I remember telling Nick and you, Eric, why is she smiling so much? Like, what is going on? Like, nobody believed that past a couple of months into her run in the WWE. Like, we all know who the real Ronda Rousey is because we saw her real personality in UFC to a certain extent.
That's right.
So if we love you for what you were in UFC and then you're turning into a completely different person in WWE, do you think the fans are going to naturally like you after a long period of time?
People can see through it.
You know
That's
what I'm
why.
saying?
Yeah.
People saw through it. And I said it. I was like, I've seen through all this fake humility BS. And she finally just came out and said, screw the fans. You know,
Thank God.
like, screw the fans, screw you, F you guys. I don't care anymore about you guys. I'm going to do me. And she beat up Becky Lynch. And then she looked at Charlotte Flair and she's like, do you want this? And Charlotte was like, no.
F the fans, even F you, the ring generals.
Hey, man. As long as she subscribes, I'm cool.
Hey, yeah.
But she can subscribe and say F us all she wants to.
Yeah.
Just like that dude who wanted to call me the N-word the other day.
Oh, yeah.
All right. He wanted to call me the N-word. I was
Really?
like, as long as you subscribe to the podcast, it's cool. All right. Anyway, but anyway, getting back to the whole Ronda Rousey thing, I mean, I guess she's doing her part. This is her last lesson in wrestling, right? She's got to put somebody over on her way out because apparently the Raw after WrestleMania is her real last appearance. She's not scheduled for anything else past during the European tour, any other Raws like in the Superstar Shakeup. So I would think if this is her last hurrah, you might as well make her what she truly is, and that Ronda Rousey, you know, who fears nobody, no man, no woman who will submit anybody and make her this heel that we wanted to see in the first place.
If that's the case, if she's really going out, what's really next for her?
What's next for her in her life?
Yeah.
Well, I think she may want to start a family. But we don't really know. She got all offended when people were questioning her and asking us to stay out of her uterus. That was her own words. So I don't care about that. What I care about is on my television screen how she impacts us on the road to WrestleMania and at WrestleMania if she gives us her best match. If this is Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, WrestleMania 20, I'm going to boo her out of the building. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but if she gives us a high-quality triple threat matchup, you know, then I'll respect her on her way out. What you think, Hypocritical Nick?
Well, first of all, there's no way this is Ronda Rousey's last performance in the WWE. I just don't see that happening. I mean, if Brock Lesnar came back, Ronda Rousey will come back. She has nothing without the WWE. I'm going to be stern with that. She has no future in the UFC. She cried her way out of that. And
she got put in the Hall of Fame, though.
Well, exactly. So you're done. When you get put in the Hall of Fame, in most sports, you don't come back. WWE is different because, you know,
it's professional wrestling.
It's not real.
Anything can happen in pro wrestling.
Okay,
yeah.
So
pro wrestling.
Ronda Rousey is not going to be being put in the WWE Hall of Fame, hopefully, for just being a superstar for 1 year. She will be back. If she wants to have a child, that is fine. There are plenty of wrestlers that have had child and come back. Brie Bella. There are countless others that have done this. And so that's fine. But this will not be this might be her last performance as this character, you know, kind of like that. But this will not be her last performance in WWE. So I don't think this is going to be her closing out moment. She needs the WWE. Her husband doesn't fight in the UFC anymore. And money's got to come from somewhere. So,
well, she does have a 3-year contract. We were talking a little bit about this. So if she were to go, I'm interested to see if she were to go and get pregnant, the WWE, and it takes about, honestly, it's a year of pregnancy, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's honestly a year of
I
pregnancy.
can see her.
And she has a 3-year deal. So she's already worked 1 year, and then a complete year of being off. That's 2 years, and that means only 1 year is left on her contract. WWE's got to do something and have something in her contract that freezes her contract over for that year. So that way they can have that other year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, well, for Ronda, what's next for her? If she does leave, because it's still a little bit shaky for me. Same thing with Dean Ambrose, because I don't know what's happening with him.
Oh
Ronda,
my
same
God,
thing.
that's crazy.
Ronda, I don't know what's going to happen to her. I'm pretty sure she's going to stay, but if she wants to do something else, I can see her doing acting, maybe, because she's been in movies before, so I can probably see her in that.
Yeah, I mean, but getting back to the matchup, Nick, what do you think about Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair? Is your excitement still there like it was after Becky Lynch won the Royal Rumble? Has it waned down a little bit? I know my excitement's kind of go down a little bit.
If you read the Ring General's Twitter, it is definitely dwindled down because of Charlotte. I don't give a shit about Charlotte. I'm going to be stern about that. Charlotte in no way earned this title shot. And for me, who's an unnecessary realist in these moments, that makes no sense to me why she's in this match. It's not real. This wouldn't happen in real life. You wouldn't just give Charlotte a title shot because Becky Lynch got, like, it wouldn't happen.
Because Becky Lynch has an attitude.
Because, for example, right? If John Jones was getting ready for a title shot, right?
Okay.
And he was going to face Brock Lesnar, who was the title holder in the UFC. This is completely hypothetical, obviously. And John Jones got suspended for 60 days. There would obviously be a new challenger, okay?
That's right.
But if they then proves, they said, you know what, it was a messed up drug test, he's actually cleared, John Jones is back at the match, and the other guy they put in is not in that match.
Yeah.
I get wrestling, you can do triple threat matches, but Charlotte needed to be just taken out of that, and maybe she gets involved, and maybe there's a match at Fastlane that finally proves who's in the match, which I was actually hoping they were going to do.
I was hoping they were going to do number one contender. Like, whoever wins gets to go on and face Ronda Rousey one-on-one.
100%. But they didn't do that, so now...
Because
now it's like
because Charlotte Reigns has to be in the match.
They gave it to her.
Come on now.
She didn't earn it. They gave it to her. All right. That's
because of her father.
Yeah. I like you, Joe, but come on. Like, Charlotte Reigns is definitely getting put in this match because somebody in the WWE, I don't know who it is, but somebody in the WWE is advocating for her to be one of the few women who can be on the top of the mountain. There's only a few women who they've really put aside to be on the top of that.
Believe it or not.
And it was Ronda Rousey, it was Charlotte Flair. Then Becky Lynch had this momentum, this rise that we weren't anticipating, and then they plans kind of changed. But somebody got into Vince's ear and said, you got to add Charlotte Flair to this matchup to have a little bit more pizzazz and a little bit more star power, so that way you can get the ESPNs here. That way we can get the major news publications, because it's going to probably be easier, they're saying to Vince, to get Charlotte Flair on than Becky Lynch.
I find it funny how there's a lot of fans out there trying to defend Charlotte Flair being in the main event of WrestleMania.
I had picked Charlotte Flair to be in the main event of WrestleMania last year against Ronda Rousey. But this is before Becky Lynch started her run. And I predicted that Becky Lynch was turning heel at SummerSlam. And it happened. And as soon as that happened, I was like, oh, damn. I was like, as soon as that happened, I knew Becky Lynch was going to be on the rise. And then once... I think
did you say Charlotte Flair turning heel at Survivor Series?
No, I'm sorry. I say Becky Lynch.
Oh, okay.
Okay. As soon as Becky Lynch turned heel, and as soon as she had that moment on Raw in November before Survivor Series, and the crowd was cheering her, and she had that moment where she's got blood on her face, and she's looking Ronda Rousey straight in the eye. That's when I said they're changing directions for WrestleMania right here and there. I was like, and then she picked Charlotte Flair. I was like, they've changed directions for sure.
Yeah.
But somebody got in Vince's ear, okay? I'm not going to blame people who just came in. You, Bruce Pritchard. I'm not going to blame anybody, but somebody got in Vince's ear.
Kevin Dunn?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, that actually, I mean, Kevin Dunn would actually be a legitimate...
Allegedly, Kevin Dunn didn't like Becky Lynch because of her accent. Apparently, he didn't like her. They didn't put him on... Apparently, according to reports, they didn't put her on the mic a lot during a period of time, and she was kind of struggling... You know, when she was a baby face, Becky Lynch, I'm talking about, because Kevin Dunn didn't like her accent. He thought he couldn't talk.
You know what, though?
Couldn't understand her.
It is a TV show, and you can't have people that don't make sense on TV. But I think Becky Lynch has clearly proven she can talk on the mic. She has a thick accent. Yeah. It's not as good as Sheamus's, for example, but it's enough to where I understand what she's talking about.
Yeah.
You know... It just goes back to the fact, though, that Charlotte doesn't deserve this. Charlotte didn't even win the match at Survivor Series. We were there.
She has not won anything in a really long
have.
time.
Yeah.
She has not won at Evolution against Becky Lynch. She didn't win the Survivor Series. She didn't win that triple threat ladder match at TLC.
Yeah.
She didn't win the Royal Rumble against Becky Lynch with one leg. So why did she get an opportunity?
She didn't earn it from Survivor Series, man.
Exactly,
Like,
bro.
I'm sorry to be repetitive like every other podcast out there, but we're just stating the facts, man. Like, why is this a triple threat match and you're ruining your main event? Will the crowd heat still be there after 7 hours being in the cold? Like, will we care enough over the next month for us to go into WrestleMania after 7 hours of sitting up in there and saying to ourselves that we want to cheer for this matchup? Or will the crowd heat be completely dead because we've got somebody in there who we're not getting the matchup and the feud that we deserve? And it's sad because we might not get it because if Ronda Rousey leaves, that's a year or so. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. We can just assume we might get Becky Lynch against Stephanie, maybe, or Becky Lynch again against Charlotte Flair. Like, where's the new fresh matchups? Where is it? And then you got Lacey Evans. Apparently they want Lacey Evans to be one of the top stars.
What is she doing?
What do y'all think about Lacey Evans? Let me ask you this, okay? A little bit off topic here, because my mom likes Lacey Evans. She thinks she's really cool. She likes her get up. I like Lacey Evans. I think she has a great look, great theme song, great entrance. Problem is, what is she doing? She's just walking out to the ring.
Modeling.
She's just walking out. She's just leaving.
No clear direction for her. That's what's
apparently
happening.
they want her
This
to
is
face.
smart. What they're actually doing with her is smart because they're getting her exposure every week in different. They're involving her in male stuff. They're involving her in women's stuff. She's coming out, doing whatever she wants. And so the fans are starting. They know who Lacey Evans is now. She's this.
But do you hear-
They just changed the name of like her name too.
The
She's
sexy
like
Southern Belle.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
it the sexy Southern Belle?
Yeah, sexy Southern Belle.
So I don't think that's what she originally was when she came in.
I think they got the idea from Impact Wrestling's Scarlett Bordeaux, because Scarlett Bordeaux she hasn't done anything until like a couple weeks ago.
Scarlett Bordeaux was actually in the WWE
Yeah,
for
she
like
was.
a day.
She got
Yeah.
squashed.
I didn't know that. I
By
saw
Nia
that.
Jax. She got destroyed by Nia Jax.
Yeah, dude. Come on, man. Hey, you're not in the main event picture until you get squashed by
Nia Jax. It's a rite of passage, man.
Nia Jax. Dude, they say winning the Royal Rumble is the way to get to WrestleMania. No, just get the shit beat out of you.
Nia Jax.
WrestleMania, bro.
You gotta
But
go through her.
what they're doing is they're exposing Lacey Evans to the crowd, and so that when she gets maybe a big title shot against Asuka at WrestleMania or something along the lines of that, people know who she is, and she's not just this random superstar from NXT.
Are you hearing a reaction for her? Because I'm not hearing a reaction.
Well,
But the music is like.
But that's why they're doing. What I'm explaining to you is that's why they're doing this every single week, because they know that the reaction's not going to be that great. Because I didn't even know who she was before they announced her as one of these new coming superstars, and I follow the product. Like, Lacey Evans is a brand new superstar.
Oh, she's from NXT. We've all admitted here that we don't watch NXT as much. So I had to get caught up on her.
Yeah, no. So I am not going to necessarily cheer her when she comes out, and I'm a wrestling fan. So why would these random people?
I think
no way.
Women really like her and support her though, and she has a good story too, from what I heard. She has a child that she brings with her to WWE events.
Renee Young's a big fan of her.
Yeah, Renee. Yeah.
Well, who's Renee Young? Not
Yes, Renee Young loves everybody. Yeah. But like,
She's like the nicest person there.
But like. So Lacey Evans has a look. So apparently it's Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey's leaving, and then they're like, okay, well, we've got somebody like Lacey Evans who they can pair up with both of them. And it's like, damn, like you're still not giving Becky Lynch the credit she deserves. It's still a little bit above you is Charlotte Flair, and a little bit below Charlotte Flair is Lacey Evans, and then right under both of them is Becky Lynch.
I completely disagree with that. They definitely value Becky Lynch more than Lacey Evans. That's a ridiculous thing to say. That Lacey Evans is above Becky Lynch in anybody's mind is... Lacey Evans hasn't done shit.
That's true.
Becky
I
Lynch
can-
has
I
been
can-
the women's champion
Just
before.
give Lacey some time.
Let's
and we'll
give
see what
Lacey
happens.
some time. If
But-
she wins the title at
but Becky right now-
WrestleMania against
I
Asuka,
think every wrestling fan still values
Becky
Becky
yeah.
Lynch.
where's Asuka in this?
Asuka in the WWE is just not as popular. She's just a Japanese wrestler
She's popular, but the problem is she can't talk. Like every time she talks, even my mom said it. She was like, she doesn't know really good English.
Asuka,
She doesn't speak good
Asuka,
English.
this is
she?
not New Japan Wrestling, and I'm not being racist by saying this. You need to learn how to speak English.
Well,
okay?
here's my biggest
You
problem
need
with
to
How long
learn
she-
it better.
how long
you
has
need
she
to
been
learn
here?
it better.
How long
If
has
you
she-
want to be a top star, if you want to just be a Japanese wrestler, that's fine. That's okay, but you're not going to get over in WWE.
My biggest thing with Asuka, she's over because of her wrestling ability. She's not over because of how she talks. She's over
Exactly.
because if you know that a person can't talk, or you know that's one of your weaknesses, why are you putting them on the microphone? Like it just.
I
That's
think-
where my criticism with the WWE is. Why is she talking? Why not pair her with the Paul Heyman or like a Leo Rush or some of these a manager? Where is the manager? And I get it. Allegedly, Vince hates managers. He does not like managers, apparently.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, apparently he says it. Apparently people have said he doesn't like managers because he believes that they take away from the main star, the main appeal. But for me,
I
a
don't know about
manager,
that.
They help them.
it helps because if you have a person who can talk
If it's
someone,
done right, then
yeah.
yes, do it. But
Like, if a person doesn't need it, like a CM Punk, in my opinion, never needed Paul
No,
Heyman.
he needed Paul
The only
Heyman,
reason
no.
why he was with Paul Heyman was to set up that CM Punk Brock Lesnar feud. But
it wasn't really necessary to pair up Punk and Paul Heyman. No, because Punk, he's a natural when it comes down to going onto the mic. But when it comes down to Asuka, Bobby Lashley, and Brock Lesnar, who really need mic skills, yeah, pair them up with a manager.
yeah, and I don't see why you can't put Asuka with somebody. But clearly, though, I mean, they have a set plan for this WrestleMania. Do I agree with it? No, but it is what it is at this point. So we should just get ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
I
we're
mean,
going- yeah, we're
we got to
going
deal with it. We're just voicing that I don't get it.
I don't.
I don't-
Good Lord, I think Lacey Evans is going over at WrestleMania, but we'll talk
Well,
about that.
yeah, and Lacey
Yeah.
Evans doesn't even. She hasn't literally been added to anything yet.
she was in the Royal Rumble.
There
She
actually
did a
is
main
a
event.
women's. There's a women's championship match at Fastlane that doesn't involve
Still
Lacey
to
Evans.
tell
Oh
with her,
yeah,
so-
Mandy
Yeah.
Rose.
So
Corey Graves' favorite
Yeah, well, it's
on commentary at least.
it's everybody's favorite. Come on,
Even Nick's.
come on.
But behind the scenes, Corey,
Well,
allegedly,
The
he was about to be Ryan Rance.
I just couldn't give Ryan Rants on Corey Graves because there wasn't. I needed more information.
There wasn't
Then-
and
he-
nothing really has happened.
And then the
ever since.
information
Yeah.
came out that apparently he divorced, or he's
Yeah,
trying to
I
get a
did hear
divorce.
about
And so
that.
it's like, it's not on Corey Graves. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to bash him. If he had cheated on him, I would have like, shoot.
So
Got your
Corey,
ass.
you got saved, man. You got saved.
Exactly. But so any last? What? I'm trying to see where we're transitioning to this, because as far as the rest of the storylines go on Raw and SmackDown, the Triple H Batista feud kind of, Triple H hit one of his great promos like he can do.
That was kind of awkward, to be honest with you. Him
Well,
bringing
he-
up Richard Fleer.
Well, he's creating a real life element of the, I'm Paul Levesque.
Levesque.
And
Levesque, I
don't
think that's his
yeah.
last name.
Thank you for correcting me on that. I did not. I pronounced it wrong.
This is Phil Brooks versus
yeah.
Paul Levesque.
Yeah.
This is Paul Levesque versus Dave Batista because you beat up my friend Richard Fleer. This isn't Batista beat up Ric Flair, so Triple H is going to go get him or Hunter. So that's if it was a little awkward because of that, I don't. That's why they're doing it. It's because they're creating a sense of realism because there's a lot of realism at this WrestleMania.
This is essentially, by the way, Nick, like I said last week, this is your casual match. Like, this is the match to attract the casuals. If we're not going to get Undertaker, and I've said this, and I've voiced it on the past
Then we're gonna
numerous
get Batista and
podcasts,
Triple H then.
you're going to get Batista and Triple H. If we're not going to get Undertaker, and really the only reason Undertaker should come back is if he's going to face Finn Balor. I don't want to see Undertaker on my screen at WrestleMania. But if if we're not going to get Undertaker,
Not screen, but we're gonna see him like in the flesh.
in the flesh. Yeah. But I mean, we're gonna get Triple H and Batista, and I'm okay with it as long as they have a decent build to the match and the match doesn't steal too much time away from the main card.
How about John Cena? Since
I don't know what John Cena's getting involved in. I don't know. I'm okay with John Cena sitting out this year's WrestleMania.
With
John
us,
Cena
okay.
hasn't really been on the. He hasn't really been a part of WWE this year.
not
Yeah.
really.
I don't. He's not. I
He's-
don't need John Cena there.
He's slowly phasing out.
Yeah.
Like,
Kind
you
of
know,
like Rock. Yeah, kind of
it's
like
time
Rock.
to move forward.
Yeah.
You know, and Roman Reigns is that next top superstar. So, you know, let's
Well,
move
okay.
forward.
Here's the thing that could happen with John Cena, and I've seen this only because of this. I've seen people bring this up online. This is not any rumors I heard. Nothing. They could switch John Cena with Seth Rollins for that Brock Lesnar match. That's
not happening. Unless Seth Rollins is not cleared
or
for
they
WrestleMania.
screw Kofi again and they put John Cena against Daniel Bryan, something like that. That's
Or
it.
it could be John Cena versus Daniel Bryan versus Kofi in a triple threat match.
Okay.
Let's just
Yeah.
do triple threat mania.
Yeah. Don't want to see that.
Kofi Mania.
In the
no.
words of JD from New
Please
York.
no.
Kofi Mania.
Yeah, so yeah. Let's book the male SmackDown WWE title match exactly like the Raw Women's
Championship
Yeah, great
match.
job, Vince. Good
Yeah.
looking.
Let's get everybody on the card.
no.
You know how many titles there are? I just saw this. There's like 10 titles, and all of them are getting defended at WrestleMania.
There used to be more.
It's like that's
Yeah.
a lot.
There used to be more though.
Like apparently we're gonna get all these title matches. Where it says it's gonna are we gonna get Andrade versus Rey Mysterio again at WrestleMania?
Well, they're on
possibly?
the pre-show at Fastlane,
That's
so I assume
that's bull.
Yeah.
that's
shit.
That the only reason this is what I think, and I could be wrong because WWE a lot of times doesn't make the right decision, but what I think them putting on them on the pre-show is a way of having them not have a show-stealing match at Fastlane so that their WrestleMania match is dope.
Well, all right. Well, what are you gonna do at WrestleMania? You only have so much time at WrestleMania.
They've been booking this feud's been building. No, people know about this.
What's going to be the blow off match at WrestleMania? What is your blow off
What do
match?
you mean? I don't know what that means.
What's going to be the stipulation for Andrade versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania?
Ladder match. Just kidding.
Oh,
It can't be a ladder match. They're not fighting over anything.
No, that's gonna be
You can suspend Selena over there. Like suspend Selena.
yeah.
Selena.
yeah.
Vince Russo style, Selena on a pole, just like was it Buff Bagwell's
And-
Judy Bagwell at a pole match.
My
The
goodness.
WCW.
Jeez. Yeah.
I don't know, and I don't care what the stipulation is because it's just it's Rey Mysterio versus Andrade. You could have a singles match for all I care about.
Yeah.
I think maybe Iron Man match is what they do.
I would love a 30-minute Iron Man match between
Iron Man
Andrade.
match or 2 out of 3 falls. One of those two.
Oh
You
my
do
God.
30-minute Iron Man match, nobody's complaining.
And no, everybody's sitting in. If that's the pre-show match, we're all getting there on time to get
yeah.
there.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
fighting everybody just to get to my
Yeah.
seat on time.
That's right.
No, exactly. That's gonna
If you
be.
don't show up to your seat, I'm stealing it.
Don't they use
Yeah, but-
ladder matches for the tag titles? Yeah,
that's not.
they
Is that a requirement?
Maybe.
They didn't have one last year.
No,
So
they
it's not a
don't.
requirement, Eric. It's not a requirement.
It's not.
Well, they've been doing that.
They
for
only
the-
did a
the
ladder match 2
WrestleManias.
years ago because of the
They
Hardy
wanted the
Boys.
Hardy
Yeah, which is great. That's
Let's just keep going off topic. The Hardy Boys back and Matt Hardy dressing like the
Oh,
old
like
days.
the
is
old
sick.
Matt Hardy?
And
It's
plus,
sick.
he done lost a crap ton of weight.
Yeah.
You see how
I know.
much weight
He looks
lost?
great.
Yeah.
He looks great. He's 44. He's not that
Oh,
old.
44, really?
Yeah,
I
he's
thought he
not.
was like 41
That's
or
why
42.
I thought.
really.
No, well, that's not that much older. I mean,
This is why this
people
is,
thought he was 50 online
What?
Jesus.
because I guess they just
This
don't
is
know what
why- this is why you
Wikipedia
got-
is.
This is why wrestling. This is why I sometimes think wrestling should sometimes have some sort of all season or something, or you should have some type of rotation for wrestlers. Because look at Matt Hardy. The dude was constantly on the road. His body was broken down, beaten up. He was out of shape.
Broken?
He was broken.
Wow.
And then
Broken.
he goes away for 2-3 months, gets rejuvenated, gets on. His wife's cooking good for him.
Yeah.
He's eating well. He's losing. He's
He's woke.
exercising. He's spending time with his family.
He's
he looks
woken,
so
man.
refreshed.
Yeah. Looks great.
I'm just telling you, based on they just released all the salaries for WWE
really?
superstars. Yeah.
Is this official?
It's official.
Legit?
Yeah, I saw it come out. People have been talking
Dude,
about it.
pull that up right now.
Okay, but the way these wrestlers get paid, I know there's a lot of dues you do, but like all of them can eat essentially whatever they want. So if you're out of shape, it's your fault. Completely.
Yeah.
It's your fault. If Matt Hardy needs his wife to cook for him, I'm not giving you an excuse for that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you need to be in shape. Everyone
Well-
gets paid in the triple figures. If you get paid,
To be honest with
not triple figures. If you get paid 6 figures, you can essentially eat whatever you want.
What about the NXT UK guys?
I don't give a shit about those.
Well, what about Walter? Walter eats whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Shout out to the ring general.
England is his own thing. I don't care. They
can
eat whatever
the
they
guys
want.
they can eat whatever they
Speaking
want.
of which, I think he's facing
Yeah.
Pete Dunne at Takeover.
Oh, this
Well,
takeover?
they need that because Ciampa's out for like a year.
Oh yeah,
Y'all
he's
hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Ciampa's out for a year.
Well, good luck to
bro.
Ciampa, man. He's not going to be able to come back on the main roster then.
Nope.
He was already
Nope.
having the hardest time as is connecting with the audience, and now you take him away from the audience
Okay,
for
the
a
only
year.
way he could is
Connect.
if Gargano's in a big title match and he screws him or something like that.
Okay.
Comes back. That's the only
It
way.
becomes a face then.
Yeah,
No,
or he helps him out. You'd have to. The way to bring him back to the main roster is through Gargano.
Yeah.
That's whether it's
Why
him,
do they always have to be paired up with each other, though? I
why?
feel
But like,
it's
why do
cooling
Seth
down.
Rollins and like Roman Reigns, because they're top guys and they're friends. Why Triple H, Batista, Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair? They've always been because they're friends. They work well with each other. There's not going to be some weird backlash between each other from working with each other all the time. It's just the way it is. John Cena is a special case because he's not necessarily best friends with anybody, but he could work with anybody. The Rock wasn't necessarily best friends. Stone Cold Steve Austin wasn't, but they worked
I heard
together.
he was
Stone
good
Cold
friends
definitely
with.
wasn't.
I heard he was good friends with Randy Orton, so I'm guessing that's
Who?
why that Randy
John
Orton.
Cena?
Yeah.
I could see that. Because
Yeah.
Randy,
Yeah.
yeah. Who wouldn't? I'd want to be Randy Orton's friend. I'm just telling you that right now. Yeah.
I
Randy
wouldn't
Orton's
I
sick.
wouldn't bring my girlfriend around Randy Orton, no.
Wow, he's got
You
a
wouldn't-
wife.
you wouldn't-
He's got a wife and kids now. Yeah, there's
You
Don't
wouldn't mind
matter.
getting-
Don't matter.
there's no there's no Kelly Kellys running
Right.
around.
So Nick, you wouldn't mind to get an RKO by Randy Orton,
I don't want an RKO. I want to be his
I would
friend.
love to get RKO'd, but
That's why I want to be his friend. I don't want to get RKO.
or get a kick in the head?
No. Yeah.
put in the head.
I actually would not want to be on Randy's bad side in real life and in wrestling.
Oh,
I-
back when you had
nope.
anger management.
I think he still does. You don't kind of lose anger management. You always just have it.
You just kind of deal
Probably
with
comes,
You bottle it up.
Probably comes up. You know.
Yeah.
it. You find other ways to get
His
it out.
kid takes something out of the cookie jar, just slaps the shit out of him.
Oh shit! That's domestic
That's
abuse.
yeah.
That's domestic abuse.
Yeah.
Well,
Speaking of
that'll be the
domestic
end of our
abuse.
show today, guys.
Yeah, that's the end of the show.
That's the end of the show.
We'll see you guys next week.
Subscribe for more of Nick's comments on domestic abuse.
Okay. We do need a transition though because we have some other stuff to talk about. We don't want the show to be super long today. Let's transition into Nick's random segment of the day. I'm feeling a little feisty today because there's a lot going on. I don't know why that keeps going out.
Oh, it's
but
all good.
White light that keeps
no.
coming
yeah,
on
we're
here.
still recording and
No
stuff,
worries.
so it's fine. But it's Nick's random segment of the day, and I'm going to hit a shoot promo today on the kids from Newport Harbor High School who decided to play beer pong in the shape of a swastika. And in this picture, put their hands up, put the Nazi salute up in this picture. So these kids are obviously fucking idiots completely. And I'm not keeping that out because I'm sure everybody will agree with me on this one. Number one, for some reason, anti-Semitism is still prevalent in this world, and I don't understand it in one bit. I get shit might have happened way, 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 way back in the day, but there is, for some reason, a weird anti-Semitic attitude in this country that needs to stop. Obviously, there's a lot of racism that goes on in general, but the anti-Semitism has been kind of put in the forefront recently. And obviously, I don't think these kids understood what they were doing because they live behind picket fences in Newport Beach, California, and it's not real life. And I know kids in Newport Beach. I hang out with kids in Newport Beach, and I've seen this attitude a lot from these kids. This sense of that they can do anything. I've seen kids get hurt because of this attitude. So I get it. I get why they think they can do this. But you can't do this. Some of these kids, from what I've heard, their lives are already getting fucked. Kids are getting expelled from school. The police are involved with this. Orange County, California, please, you are not invincible, okay? You cannot just do whatever you want. This is stupid behavior. It makes me look bad. It makes Eric look bad, and it makes the RKJ man look bad because we live in you don't live in this county anymore, but you used to. For a kid that goes to a party in Newport Beach, I now have to be careful that I'm going to have my picture taken in some bullshit Nazi salute because I'm just there, right? I'm sure all of those kids aren't racist and all of them didn't mean to be there in that picture.
You do got the red sweater.
Well, yeah.
What's the Cardinals?
The Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals. Shout out to the Arizona Cardinals. But
Please don't get Antonio Brown. Please.
yeah, it's a good way to break. It's a good way to break up the shoot. But
We gotta pray you guys this year. Damn.
It creates this sense that Orange County is this like piece of shit area that's racist. And there's been obviously people have thought this in the past because it's a very Republican county. It's a very rich county. There's a lot of white people in this county.
Don't see a lot of black people.
That's another reason why you shouldn't be doing this stupid behavior. You know that this county is not like the most diverse county in the world. So by being racist, you're making the entire county look bad. Because I'm not a racist. Eric's not a racist. RKJ Man's not a racist. My brother isn't a racist. But my brother was even telling me he knew kids at that party that are not racist. And that he could have been at that party. And he could have had his picture taken at that party.
Oh, shit, dude.
And he is a 4-star football recruit. And he could have had all of that go away just because these dumbass kids in Newport Beach, because their parents make $15 million a year or whatever, and obviously that's a generalization, but I'm shooting on them, so I don't care. They think they can do whatever they want, and they can't. And I hope these kids get screwed by this. I hope their lives are ended because of this. I hope some of them can't get jobs because of this, because it is just plain and dumb behavior. And to end it, my kind of Nick's rant segment here, why you would take a fucking picture of this is beyond retarded to me.
Yeah.
Okay?
It doesn't make any
That's
sense.
the worst part in all this, that you take a picture and post it on social media. What are you doing?
Because everybody's got to be a Twitter thug.
Everybody's gotta be up online,
so
man.
your Twitter thugness is going to put you in with no job and no future, and you're not going to get any.
You're not gonna get anything out of this, man. No.
It's just
It's going to get you like R. Kelly.
Exactly.
in prison.
Exactly. It is
We're gonna
just
talk about that.
incredibly stupid. All of it. Every realm of it. And I hope all these kids get in trouble. At least the ones that meant it. I get that sometimes, you're part of something and you might have just been at the party and you're just going to kind of look the other way. Okay? I absolutely understand that sometimes you look the other way when there's drugs, when there's certain things, when there's shit going on. Looking the other way, I don't think you should be indicted for. But the kids with their hands up in the Nazi salutes, the kids in the pictures, the kids in the texts that I have seen from sources of this unapologetic attitude about this event, those kids need to get screwed. So that's the end of my segment. I need to defend my turf here. Orange County is not like this. So for our viewers that think Orange County is like this is not the way it is. These are just idiotic kids who live in a very, very, very wealthy community that think they can do whatever they want, and that's not Orange County's attitude.
Yeah, and to the people out there who are supporting this and backing them up, well, guess what? Be careful out there because an ass kicking is waiting for you.
Absolutely.
I am telling you this right now. I am warning you guys about this. Don't be doing this shit because you are going to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
Just watch. I am not, I'm not really making it seem that it's going to happen, but if you keep it up, if you keep doing it again, if you keep on poking the beehive's nest, oh boy, yeah, get ready.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you can't go out and do that type of stupid stuff. This is 2019. Everything you do can instantly get put on social media. It can instantly get put online, and it can ruin your life forever. So why you would do this, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, Nick. That doesn't happen very often.
No.
But it's like, what more? You covered everything. What more can I say other than, let's do better. Let's do better, y'all. Let's do better. I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why people feel so empowered to go out on social media and post this type of stupid shit and then be proud of it and want to get likes and follows. And also, you also got to look at how many likes did they get on this on social media? How many people were liking this stuff?
I mean, it's
how
going to
many
be.
people,
I bet you
know
it's
what
been deleted at this point.
You know,
so
like I'm
fine.
scared for the people who liked it, because that shows me that there's other people out there who has the same feeling.
back
So
it
yeah,
up and support that
there
shit,
might have
yeah.
been people, Nick, at that party who weren't in the picture.
Exactly.
But at the same time, there's people who weren't at that party who has the same types of feelings, and they're just not saying anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a racist, man, don't go out in the world and tell everybody you're racist, man.
Yeah, I mean, at least hide it, you idiots.
Yeah, like
It's
what-
stupid.
like, don't
From what
be
I know,
dumb.
I don't know if they're rumors, but I think like from one of my friends who said that over in Black Star Canyon, there's been a couple of gatherings of neo-Nazis and
Jesus.
I'm not surprised. Black Star
Yeah.
Canyon is
at nighttime.
It's just
They have the hoods and everything on.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, that's just to me right now. Anything can happen.
Yo,
now.
and by the way, if you're looking on YouTube right now, I'm posting the picture with all these kids' faces in it.
No,
too.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not covering their faces.
No, no,
There's
no,
pictures
no.
out there
Don't
that
hold
are
back.
covering these kids'
Don't hold
faces.
back.
There's no reason
Yeah.
why. It's
No.
online. It's
By the way,
public,
at
it's
least-
public
yeah.
knowledge.
Dumbasses,
It's got
yeah.
96 likes.
No, that's a post about it.
Oh,
Condemn
okay.
this behavior.
Thank the Lord
yeah.
Jesus. Whew.
No, yeah.
No.
This is incredibly. These kids are fucking retarded. That's all it is. And you're right. Whether they get an ass kicking for real or they get an ass kicking in life in general for this, they deserve it. All right, let's go to another topic. I don't want to transition into your guys' segments. After that one.
It's too
That's
much of a
unfair.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
that's
got a little bit
unfair.
red hot too. You
Exactly.
know, I totally feel you.
Thanks, Nick, though. You got me turned up because I can't
Yeah.
wait to talk about R. Kelly. And I can't wait to get on that
Yeah,
main
I wanna
event,
see that.
bitch.
I
We're
wanna-
hitting the shoot. We're shooting on R. Kelly a little bit
Yeah.
later. But so let's look over some of the UFC stuff from last week.
That's right. We watched it together.
Eric and I we watched it together at Buffalo Wild Wings. We watched all the main event fights. So real quick, Eric, what was your thoughts on it? And we obviously have talked about this before, but give your thoughts to the viewers.
For one, I feel bad for Cody Garbrandt, man. That's like what is.
Put it back at shooting bombs.
Yeah,
Three losses in a row.
I didn't expect him to lose that quick up against Munoz. Munoz, great fighter. I bet my money on Cody, but man, I just thought that after that other fight that he had, Cody, I thought that he would have been like mentally prepared, but I guess not. Technical wise, I thought he was there, but he let me down on that one, man. The other one is Askren and Lawler. I'm not sure if you did see the tackle that Lawler did, that flip that he did to Askren.
Dropped him
Did
on
you
his
see
head.
Yeah, dropped him on his head.
It was
dude.
it actually looked like an angle slam.
Yeah, an
It
angle
looked like
slam,
an
yeah.
angle slam. They dropped Askren legitimately on his head.
I love it.
Then-
I love it. I love wrestling.
But then
news.
listen
Get news
to
for real in
this. Listen to
UFC.
this though. So he used an angle slam, slammed Askren on his head. This is like 20 seconds into the fight. Pounded his face about 7 times. Askren held off all the punches and ended up winning via headlock.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, he's a badass.
Bulldog headlock. But the minute the headlock was disengaged by the referee, Lawler got up and argued with the ref. So Dana White believes this. A lot of people believe this, that this was a mistake by referee Herb Dean.
Herb Dean,
And that
yeah.
they're going to have a rematch because Lawler, we don't think, was out and was not tapping. So he kind of got screwed in this realm. So at least my thoughts on Ben Askren, I don't know what to expect yet. He's a tough SOB.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think
Do
he
you think
needs,
he won the match? Like
No.
Like
Who?
no.
No,
Askren.
number one, look at his face
Nah.
compared
Yeah.
to Robbie
He got-
Lawler's face.
Yeah, he got fucked up.
Yeah, and Lawler didn't go
Yeah.
out. Lawler immediately got up.
Yeah.
This wasn't like, and he was falling over, and then he got up and got. It
Right.
was immediately he goes, "What the f?" Like
Yeah.
right in the, and then you could see the referee Herb Dean, who's a legend of the business,
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, I screwed up."
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I
that
screwed up.
happens. So they don't have the ability to just reverse the decision. The referee can reverse it and be like, let's start the matchup again. Or
No, I
See that?
know. No, I know. It's busy get celebrated, you get people jumping in the ring. I wish that was the way it was. And maybe they should think about that because
kind of like wrestling.
it's
Yeah.
whatever, but
I think maybe sometimes these referees.
you have a
they-
rematch
yes,
now. That's what
I
they
think
do.
that these referees
More
they
money
do,
then.
They do care about the fighters, but on referee Herb Dean's part, yeah, I'm gonna have to say you should have never given that win to Askren.
Yeah, you just gotta pay attention more. I
Yeah.
get his arm looked limp, but Whatever. Now we'll have the weird thing was Dana White says they're going to schedule a rematch, but Askren says he doesn't want the rematch.
Maybe in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future, if you want to bring somebody up against Askren, okay, go for it. But then after that, maybe think about that rematch between Lawler and Askren.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
So that was interesting for sure. Don't really know what to think about that fight. And then the 2 championship fights were very, very similar.
Interesting,
Dominating wins by John Jones.
Oh my
And
God! Let's just get
and
him
then-
on with Brock Lesnar.
And a dominating
Yeah.
win by Kamaru Usman, who defeats the champion Tyron Woodley.
I
And now
think, yeah.
we'll fight. Let's get to that one. He will fight Colby Covington next. That's 100% the fight that's happening.
Destroy that.
And so
Yeah.
to give you again some stuff on this, Usman won 5-round domination.
Out wrestled him.
Yeah, out wrestled him, outdid everything, and then
he won by decision.
he won by decision.
Yeah,
with all
but-
5 rounds because they're 2 kind of wrestlers. They're not strikers, so the fight was probably going to go 5 rounds. 25 minutes of domination. Woodley barely even got a strike in. And the minute Usman wins the title and walks out the ring, he walked right to Colby Covington, and they had to hold him back
Yeah, they had to talk
immediately.
shit.
And then they fought in a Las Vegas casino.
Yeah, it was a casino, yeah.
I don't know.
It's in one of the casinos.
Casino floor.
Yeah.
They had to be held back again.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
On a
Yeah.
casino floor?
But it's Covington just doesn't stop. But he said he's the heel of the UFC, so it makes sense.
And he's talking now. He wants to go to WWE possibly, which
Well,
is some BS.
he should win a title first. I mean, he
Yeah.
has a chance. He's legitimately is going to have a title fight against Kamaru Usman, and
The
I think
Nigerian nightmare.
Colby Covington is not a slouch. He could win that fight.
Yeah,
If you get
he
too
could
much,
fight, yeah.
what he does is he gets people too emotionally invested, which then creates a sense that throws them off their game. And Covington does not stop. He keeps coming, he keeps coming, and he has great cardio, and he can win. So I'm
Kinda like
excited
Kamaru
about.
So
Usman.
the goal is
Yeah.
Usman is just not to get too emotionally invested, but he's already looking like he's playing into Covington's game.
That's why it's
he's
interesting.
fighting him on the casino floor in Vegas, which don't happen.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. You don't fight on the Vegas casino floor. They'll kick your ass out for life.
Yeah, well, I know. It's
Well,
just-
he did that again. This was before the fight. It was one of the open workouts, and Usman, he looks like he was dancing. He was dancing. And Colby Covington,
yeah.
he had the megaphone, and he kept saying that
He came to his
"You got
open workout."
you can't dance, you can't do any of that. Yeah, you got nothing. Yeah, he just kept talking shit on Usman.
Yeah, and then they put him in the first row
Yeah.
at the UFC. So,
Well,
it's like putting a wrestler at the announce table.
Come on, we're not dumb here. We know part of UFC borrows some stuff from WWE.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but so Kamaru Usman, dominating win. There's nothing really much to say about that. Woodley will probably get he might get a title fight in the future. I think he's going to have to win another fight to prove he still is championship worthy. But in the UFC, where there are no rematch clauses, there's no guarantees Woodley ever gets a title shot again. And him and Dana White don't have the best relationship. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But
You don't need to have the best relationship with your boss if you're bringing in results.
Well, but he's not. He wasn't bringing in pay-per-view results. People were calling him a boring fighter, and then he absolutely got dominated in this title fight. So he does not deserve.
Who? Colby Covington?
No, Tyron Woodley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's why Covington Usman is the next fight, anyways.
But
And
Covington is bringing in the results, right?
he will because
He will.
because he's such a firecracker.
Well, he hasn't fought since UFC 225.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he.
Wait a minute. It's been 10 pay-per-views since he's fought?
But Woodley hadn't fought for longer than that.
Yeah,
so
same
it's
thing.
it's not totally
Why are
uncommon.
these guys going so far out and not fighting when we've
But
seen
it's
multiple
because
guys?
Covington is the interim champ. He's not, so he had to wait for Woodley, and then Woodley waited too long, and Covington didn't like that he waited, so he didn't want the fight, and they gave it to Usman. Usman whooped Woodley's ass, and now they're having Usman versus Covington, which will probably be
A
a
better
better
match.
fight in the thing anyway. So I'm okay.
Okay.
with it. Yeah, and then so John Jones. Dominating performance. The one thing to talk about with this fight is he did throw an illegal knee.
Anthony Smith.
And Anthony Smith did not end the fight. He like a good guy. He
could've.
didn't just take the
Yeah.
disqualification. And Anthony Smith got his ass kicked. It wasn't even close, bro.
Look,
John Jones
we
is so
know
good.
we knew that fight was not going to be anything. Like, we knew it. So
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is this: Brock Lesnar hopefully will be done with the WWE soon, and we are going to get John Jones versus Brock Lesnar sometime in the summer.
Yes.
That will be our summer thing.
I disagree with the fact that it will be in the summer because Dana White in the post-fight press conference said that Daniel Cormier has first dibs
Jesus.
at Brock Lesnar.
Come on, man.
That's
You got all these guys lining up for Brock Lesnar. He hasn't even gotten out of the WWE yet.
Yeah.
Like, Vince is still paying shit
There's
to
a lot of
other,
guys.
like-
There's a lot of guys that want to fight Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but so no, John Jones, he will fight Brock Lesnar. He did say that he wanted to fight Brock Lesnar if it's possible.
But at this point, you never know what could happen. John Jones has had multiple issues with, his piss tests. We don't know USDA. We don't know what's going to happen. I just don't see why we can't get John Jones versus Brock Lesnar as soon as possible.
He thinks it's risky.
because Daniel Cormier is the.
If the fans want it, okay, then let's have John Jones versus Daniel Cormier. Then let's have it, and
That's
whoever
another-
wins
that's
that
another good
match
one
has
I-
got to
on
be
one, yeah.
essentially the number one contender for Brock Lesnar. It's funny we're saying this because Brock Lesnar doesn't have a championship except the WWE Universal title.
Unless you can bring that title to the UFC.
Hey, you know
No.
what I think Vince is crazy enough to say, hey, let's have you win it. That way when you go to UFC, you can bring the title to
Yeah.
UFC.
Yeah, no. Brock Lesnar is still in the minds of everybody, but the only reason Daniel Cormier hasn't fought for a while is he's had an injury and
Oh,
he's
that makes it even worse. He's been injured.
well, yeah, and so John Jones more than likely will fight a guy named Thiago Santos. Thiago Santos is the top light heavyweight contender, and he's just to give him some clout here. He's won his last 4 fights, okay. And his last 3 fights, including his light heavyweight debut, have all been fight of the night or performance of the night. So he's been whooping guys' ass.
So who are we talking about?
Thiago Santos. So
Okay.
he will get the next fight. John Jones also said that he wants to prop up the light heavyweight division, and that he doesn't mind if he keeps fighting because I think he knows he'll just whoop everybody's ass. So more than likely the next light heavyweight fight is John Jones versus Thiago Santos, and then after that you have super fights. But for right now, because Brock Lesnar is not fit for the UFC, Daniel Cormier has first dibs on him anyways.
Just go ahead and do it, man. Because
Yeah.
you got to do something that's gonna make me buy. I haven't bought any pay-per-views since that Khabib McGregor fight, and I'm glad I bought that pay-per-view. best thing in 2018 for UFC right there.
No, exactly.
So like, if you can get the casuals like me, my mom, my dad, you get us interested in it, then yeah, you got me.
Like
And
one of
Brock
the
Lesnar
highest-
versus John Jones, that's gonna make me buy. I don't care if that fight's $150. I'm buying the money. I'm buying that
Yeah.
pay-per-view.
yeah.
It's going to be one of the highest buy rates of 2019 if that were to happen.
Well,
Yeah.
because Brock
Or Khabib versus McGregor too.
Well, that was right now. That's like the most current top highest.
Who? Khabib McGregor?
Yeah, Khabib
Oh yeah.
McGregor.
How much was the buy rates on that? Can we
I think
look
it
that
might have
up?
been 1 million.
Oh my God! Yeah, it was great.
Let me see.
It was
it was
fantastic.
good. There was a lot of shit talking in that.
I know, right?
And then
Got personal.
we'll never forget when he jumped over the fence.
Yeah, that's
Nobody will ever forget it.
nobody. not even me, dude. Not the ring generals.
I've never seen that.
What? $17
He
million.
went Riley Cooper on him.
$17 million.
$17 million at gross.
$17 million. Total gate is $17 million, and the buy rate was $2,400,000.
Oh yeah, that's a record.
And for example, just for some clarity, I believe the buy rate for this last pay-per-view, which was a double main event, potentially even a triple main event, if you want to say that, was like half of that.
yeah.
So
super
they
fights
would,
need
they would
to happen.
They would draw. I know. Yeah, there is a lack right now of super fights, but here I'm telling you this right now.
That's why buy rates are going down, UFC.
Well, yeah, no,
Gotta have your super fights. That's why people watch UFC for that big fight.
Well,
Deal.
the casuals watch. I mean, people like me and Eric will watch the pretty much any of the main event fights that they put on involving these
Well,
great
of course,
champions.
man, yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, the next pay-per-view, you got another 2 championship fights, and Max Holloway is trying to get into Khabib's division to face Khabib, and Max Holloway I think's won like 12 straight fights. So he's dominated the featherweight, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
And there's
I
also-
just don't see
And there's also that
him being
potential
competition
fight.
for Khabib, but okay.
There's also that potential fight between Conor McGregor versus Cowboy Donald Cerrone.
yeah, you know what's holding that up though? According to Cerrone, McGregor's not taking a co-main event spot. He's only taking.
Yeah,
main
I
event
did hear
spots.
about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's saying I'm not. We're headlining a card. I'm not going to be below John Jones on the card, or I'm not going to be below Khabib or Max Holloway. Like, I'm not going to be below.
Doesn't make sense to have it as a co-main event.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
Yeah, McGregor always needs to be the main event of his own pay-per-view.
It's got to be a main event worthy,
Exactly. Because I think they want to put him in the Vegas in July.
Yeah.
The WrestleMania card they kind of put on. Because they do International Fight Week and stuff like that. It's kind of the WrestleMania
of
UFC is these
Just
July
like
cards.
what they did last year with Stipe and DC.
Yeah, Stipe and DC, they had multiple title fights there. That's where Brock Lesnar came in the ring and shoved him and stuff like that and did all that.
That's when I immediately called Nick.
Yeah, they had Brock Lesnar there because they knew this is the WrestleMania, and they're like, let's shove him, and then let's maybe set up in a year in advance a fight, and that's probably what's going to happen. So I think, exactly, if you have Brock Lesnar, Daniel Cormier as the main event, I'm sorry, McGregor and Cerrone is not the main event of that card. Brock Lesnar draws more than Conor McGregor.
I know.
Okay?
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar is sicker than Conor McGregor, and I will watch Brock Lesnar till the end of time.
Yeah,
okay?
he'll kill somebody.
You heard it first.
He will kill somebody.
You heard it first.
This dream of the RKJ man to have a killing on live television, Brock Lesnar is our best chance. So
There you go.
All right, let's get into Eric's indie segment right now.
Okay, yeah. So, I thought we were going to predict John. I mean, sorry.
You're right. My bad.
Sorry.
You're
Junior
right.
Dos Santos.
Real
Lewis,
quick.
yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. So Derek Lewis versus Junior Dos Santos.
Black Beast.
Yeah, the Black Beast, the guy whose balls were hot.
Yeah.
If you don't know who that is, RKJ man, it's the guy who said his balls were hot after the fight. Fuck. Yeah. Derek Lewis, the
Put
black.
some baby powder on that, man. Like, get out the shower, put some baby powder, and let's go.
Yeah.
So that fight is
This Saturday.
this Saturday. So that's the only one we're going to do. It's a heavyweight fight versus Junior Dos Santos, who's obviously a former UFC heavyweight champion.
He was also another guy who was going to face Brock Lesnar back in 2011. Remember? Junior Dos Santos?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He could. He was
During the Ultimate Fighter
yeah.
season?
Yeah. Didn't happen though, unfortunately.
Diverticulitis.
Yep. Stupid diverticulitis. But so I personally think Derek Lewis is winning this. Junior Dos Santos, I see this being a similar outcome to what happened to Cain Velasquez. These guys are just old.
Yeah.
They're out of their prime.
I'm not a big fan of these guys coming back who are old and facing.
Well, it's not that they're
these...
coming back necessarily. It's just that they can't. They just don't fight as much based on injuries, and they're just getting older. But
it's not smart. Yeah. It's like when I saw that ESPN Fight Night, and it literally ended in like
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Oh,
like,
Cejudo and
like he just
Dillashaw?
literally slipped, and then he got pounded into the ground. I was like, I'm done.
It was sad.
I was
know,
like,
it's
why
sad.
is this guy fighting?
Yeah,
Why?
Velasquez
You just
and
look at
Ngannou,
look at Velasquez coming out. You just look at body types. Ngannou looked like he could have killed him. Like it looked like
That's a scary man.
Like,
All right.
Hey, and we were talking about this like low key in Ngannou versus Brock Lesnar, bro. Oh my goodness!
Like Ngannou's huge. It came Velasquez had some type of like he had like a pudgy little thing, and I'm just like, no man, this isn't gonna work out very well. I saw when they came out, it wasn't gonna.
Yeah.
And then all he did is slip, and he got one punch.
Not sure if you've seen one of the fights between it was Ngannou versus Alistair Overeem. Like he did one of those uppercuts to Overeem, and Overeem he just completely went to sleep. Like you can just see them just like that uppercut just went straight. Almost like into his jaw.
Jesus.
It was just so scary.
Dude, that's the toughest
brutal.
knockout I've seen out in the year.
That-
Oh my god!
I think it made him spit out. Like,
I think he
spit out
killed.
spit.
I think he killed Alistair Overeem. I haven't heard Alistair Overeem since.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
he's dead.
Nobody's.
I think he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
It's over.
But
You
so
and the Lakers.
I'm gonna go Derek Lewis in the first round, knockout.
I'm gonna have to go with Black Beast. Although that simulation that I did yesterday, Junior Dos Santos knocking me out for Derek
That's
Lewis.
not real.
That's
Eric.
not real. That's not real.
It's not real, Eric.
know,
Come on,
it's not
Eric.
real.
Eric, you gotta do better on that game.
I know. I gotta
Let's go.
improve. I gotta
Hey, Eric,
improve.
why are you losing all your fights? The whole part of you need to cut it
I
on
know,
easy
I know.
mode on the low.
Okay,
on the
2K
low, you need to go easy mode, bro.
2K19, I can do good, but UFC 3, I'm still trying to learn. All
No,
right.
you need to be the worst fighter. Then that's what you need to do.
Yeah,
You
I
need
gotta
to
do
be-
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dos
If
Santos.
if you face Francis Ngannou, you got to be the other guy. I'm
You
sorry.
gotta be Cain
Yeah.
Velasquez.
Yeah.
You gotta come out like Velasquez.
Okay, so don't pay attention to what happened at UFC 3.
We should have a segment. We should have a segment roasted Eric for his fights every single week
Oh, screw you
until he
guys.
starts winning. And you guys start winning.
All right, so Yeah, don't pay attention to what happened to the Santos in UFC 3.
Okay, but real quick before
Black
the Eric
Beast,
Sidney
yeah.
segment, who do you think wins?
Lewis.
Lewis. Okay.
Black Beast.
Yeah,
All right.
go ahead.
Black Beast.
Shout out to the Black Beast.
Yeah.
Put some baby powder on it.
Please do. All right. So, well, right now I want to switch on to a serious topic. Rest in peace to King Kong Bundy, who passed
absolutely.
away
Absolutely.
this Monday. One of the most influential wrestlers out there. Used to wrestle with Hulk Hogan, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. He even appeared on an episode of Married with Children. So, yeah, rest in peace to King Kong Bundy, and hopefully we get to have him in the Hall of Fame soon, maybe. So, Women of Wrestling, Access TV ordered a second season of WOW. They will have a split into two. One part airing in the fall of 2019, and the second half will be airing in early 2020.
Awesome.
So
it's like the Lucha Underground. It's the Lucha Underground of women's wrestling right now.
So be on the lookout for that. Bar Wrestling, Jack Perry, who is the son of Luke Perry, another person who passed away this Monday.
Are you kidding me?
I did not know
No.
that was that way that was. I did not know they were related. Oh,
They're
man.
related?
Yeah, they're related.
Oh, dude, I
What a
love me
hor-
some...
What a horrible week.
Man, I love me some Beverly Hills 90210, bro.
He goes
Like,
by
I
the name
love it.
of Jungle Boy in the Indies, so he will no longer wrestle at the event March 13th. And condolences to Luke Perry.
Amen.
Also, condolences to lead singer of Prodigy, who passed away. He was also one of the guys that, Al Snow used back in ECW. It was one of the songs, Breathe, from Prodigy. Yeah, good times. King of the Cage, catch it on Mave TV, Sunday, March 10th. That is another promotion if you are into mixed martial arts. And I do know that Nick wanted to update me on something before we get to the dream match of the day. So what did you want me to update?
Yeah. Let me pull this up real quick. Paulie Malignaggi is joining the bare knuckle championship that we talk about
I'm
every
seeing
week.
that, yeah.
Yeah. So Paulie Malignaggi is the guy. He's one of the announcers for boxing. He's a former boxer. I believe he still does occasionally box. He, more famously, was the one that almost got into a fight with Conor McGregor outside the arena before his fight with Floyd Mayweather. He's the announcer. That's the announcer who that is. So he's going to be in the in bare knuckle championship, the bare knuckle championship we've been talking about recently.
Yeah. I mean, really, like, to me, it's very interesting how some of these fighters, like Anthony Rumble Johnson and Paul Malignaggi, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right.
Paulie
Malignaggi.
It's hard with your Mexican accent
yeah,
to
I
say
know.
it, though. Yeah.
It's tough, man, for me to say it.
So, yeah, it's very strange how most of these guys are going into bare knuckle fighting championship. Maybe we might be having, coming as a popular demand, bare knuckle fighting championship.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just
So
don't fight in Cabo. I want to see hot chicks in Cabo, not bare knuckle fighting.
That's so true, bro.
Nobody wants to see grown men fighting each other in bare knuckles. I want
With
to
their
see
bare fists and no shoes.
I want to see chicks in skimpy bikinis.
well, unless you want to see them fighting bare knuckle too. I mean, we have.
I don't
women
want to see.
No, bro,
fighting-
I don't want to see chicken. What are you
No,
talking about, bro?
What are you talking about? What's wrong with you, man?
Eric, I don't know where
Eric.
you've been, but nobody wants to see hot chicks bare knuckle fighting.
We want them in mud. Okay.
Come on, man.
rather than mud.
No, we're not saying that. Bro, it's getting real sexist on the show.
Oh my
right now.
god, he is sexist,
My
racist,
girlfriend gonna
everything.
kill me after this
Oh
show,
my
bro.
god.
All right, let's
Unbelievable.
getting on to the dream match. I wanna actually dive into
Steven
the.
RKJ Man never ceases to amaze me.
I always got some shit
Of
you
course,
believe, man.
Okay, so I want a dream match of the day. I know I tend to bounce off with MMA and wrestling, but I want to dive into the world of music, and I know RKJ Man might like this one. These two top guys are on top of the world of hip hop. Kendrick Lamar versus J. Cole.
Oh man, that's oof.
That's very hard, huh?
That's oof.
Oh, I just came up with one that's gonna be brutal.
What is it?
I want you to do yours first.
What you want me to do? Mine
I
first.
want you to do your dream match first.
I don't really have a
because
dream
mine's
match.
mine might
Well,
end the
who do you think
podcast.
might win?
Mine might end the podcast.
I don't know.
Does-
Who will win?
Well,
J.
Lamar-
Cole. I think J. Cole. I think
Yeah, I
Joe
think so,
Cole's a
too.
better lyricist.
Hey,
Kendrick
J.
Lamar.
Cole. But also, J. Cole, technically speaking, we're going to get analytical about it. J. Cole had an album with no features, so he doesn't need anybody. He doesn't need any help.
Yeah.
Doesn't need any help.
Okay.
Multiple times he's done that,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
So he's cool. Nick, were you gonna do a dream match?
Oh
or-
yeah, my dream match is going to tie into the next segment.
Oh.
It is it's going to be two good friends of the podcast, right?
Okay.
So recently, there's a documentary that just came out about a guy
Oh boy.
that might have been involved with little kids. So my first
dude.
competitor is unfortunately he's passed away. So this is definitely a dream match. Michael Jackson.
What?
Michael Jackson
Oh, yeah.
is going to face
The other guy in
R.
the documentary.
Kelly.
Let's get into Ryan Rants.
Yes.
Good transition.
Michael
right there,
Jackson versus R. Kelly is my dream match, which goes directly into Ryan Rants.
The beta male bitches are running wild in 2019, y'all. R. Kelly yesterday came out on CBS News in an interview with Gayle King and absolutely positively lost his damn mind. Why? Because there are allegations, multiple allegations, tons of allegations about him doing some illegal things with women, with kids, and it's getting to the point of ridiculous. Now, in this tirade, that I saw, it said he claimed that he only had $350,000 in his bank account, and he claims, I have been assassinated. Assassinated, man. First of all, you have to be somebody important to be assassinated. R. Kelly's no longer relevant in 2019, okay? All right, if I go outside right now to the most random chick possible and ask her who R. Kelly was, she probably wouldn't know who the hell I'm talking about. She would tell me to get out the face of the planet. Now, also, let's talk a little bit about what he's doing now, okay? If you're innocent, R. Kelly, okay? You would be calm in any situation, okay? We've all been blamed for things, right? Maybe not to the extent of raping people, allegedly, but, we've all been blamed for certain things, and when you know you're innocent, you have a calmness about you, despite everybody trying to get at you. Well, R. Kelly couldn't keep his cool, and see, that is the problem right there. A guilty man will always show his true colors, and R. Kelly showed his true colors. I've never seen a grown-ass man act like that, man, and what are you doing? It just doesn't make any sense, but it just goes back to something as simple as possible. R. Kelly's been getting what's coming to him for a long time, and he's escaped the prison system. He's escaped the system for so long. Even his lawyer said he was, quote, guilty as hell. That's what the singer's prominent lawyer for first trial. When your first lawyer say he was guilty as hell, and you found a way. Come on, man. Karma gets you, okay? And, it's like what Lil Wayne says, okay? Lil Wayne had a quote. It's one of my favorite rap lyrics. He says, "What goes around comes around like a hula hoop." And basically, what this is this thing coming back and knocking R. Kelly straight up in the face. And guess what? Somebody's gonna knock him straight up in the ass in prison, perhaps, because if he gets indicted on at least 2 of these charges, this mofo is gonna be in prison for life. NWO style.
Life.
We're going to read Reddit Gone Wild stories about somebody getting in on R. Kelly's booty hole in freaking jail. So let's be honest here, all right? If you're innocent, R. Kelly, maintain your patience, maintain your calm, and act like you have some sense. You're making black people look bad, and I'm putting you in the Beta Male Bitch Hall of Fame because you don't know how to act. You don't know how to act. And now you're freaking out because it's alleged, you're doing all these things and you're getting indicted on these charges, and you're claiming how you only have $350,000 of money in your bank account. Well, bro, some people never see $350,000 in their entire life. You are so lucky. You are so blessed. No, the ring general's gonna get popping, Eric. Don't do that. You're so blessed. You are so blessed to have so much money, and you still have these mofos, and I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're uneducated, still supporting you, still going to your concerts, buying your albums. Good God, man. What is going on here? But R. Kelly, bro, you got what's coming to you. Now you just need to take it up in the ass, both literally and figuratively, bro. You just need to take it up the ass, okay? Because this is what comes to you eventually when you keep doing stupid shit out there and you don't cover your behind. You don't cover yourself. You don't learn from your mistakes. And guess what, R. Kelly? Guess what? Somebody's gonna be writing a Reddit Gone Wild story about one of their experiences in prison with you. And guess what? That's all your fault, homie. But do me a favor, keep your BS off my TV screen and take this take this prison thing like a grown-ass man, okay? I'm the RKJ man, and I'm always shooting my shot for greatness.
I believe I can cry.
Why is he going to be crying, Eric? I just wanted clarity.
You know that song, I Believe I Can Fly?
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be crying in prison.
Well,
That's
why
for
is he
sure.
going to be crying in prison specifically?
Somebody's gonna get his booty hole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna get the booty hole.
Yep.
The booty warrior is coming out.
R. Kelly going to be getting pissed on himself.
That's his fault, man.
All right, man.
That's his
absolutely.
fault.
R. Kelly.
And none of this is inflammatory too, because guess what? He's all been indicted on this. He's been indicted on this, and guess what? He's got 20. What is it? About 50 allegations.
Oh my God, dude.
Bro, he's like it's Cosby level.
It's
Cosby,
he's worse than
Weinstein,
Cosby.
yeah.
If
level.
Cosby hadn't happened,
He's the Black Weinstein.
if Cosby hadn't happened, R. Kelly would be Cosby. Like, do you get like that's the only reason it's not that big of a deal is because we've already seen it from Cosby before. Like, and yeah, you're right. For a white person, Harvey Weinstein. That's the other. Like, so it's like this is the third time's the charm, I guess, right? Like, maybe we'll stop raping kids.
Maybe you'll stop doing.
Man.
I don't know, man. I just don't
That was
get
a good
these.
promo that he did yesterday.
I just don't. I'm being assassinated, doing all this stuff. And
What was the one that everybody keeps playing? What did he say?
He was just like, I'm innocent, man,
Yeah.
or something like that. I don't know, man.
fighting for my life.
I'm
30
fighting
years.
for my
30 years.
He's getting all emotional, and the woman's just being all calm,
Yeah,
man.
calm.
Yeah, shut up.
The woman's just being
Yeah,
calm,
she
man.
was
Shout out
saying
to that
that.
beautiful black queen, man. She was
Yeah.
just being calm as it could get,
She
man.
was like,
but
Robert, I think what you're trying to do is you're playing the victim card right here.
Just
why?
like Jesse Smollett, man. Come on.
Why are
I
you
did-
playing the? Oh man, he's another Ryan Rance coming. The Beta Male Bitch Hall of Fame is filling up.
Yeah, there's another Hall of Fame member right there. All right, we need to get to the Fastlane because this is supposed to be a short podcast, but we've been having so much fun. It doesn't
It
even
just
matter.
happens
It
every,
doesn't matter, Ron.
every
Yeah.
single time we
It
say
doesn't
we're
matter.
going to do it short. That's
Yeah.
okay. We just divided multiple segments.
Exactly. That's
Just
good.
subscribe to the podcast
Yep.
and listen to it in 10-minute segments.
Exactly. We have an announcement at the end of the podcast too, what we're going to be doing for the next month as well. Predicting Fastlane, we're going to do our usual. We're going to play the game. We didn't do it for Elimination Chamber because we were so busy and we were all watching it in different things. But so we're going to go. We're going to do the predictions. We're going to see everybody's going to pick a thing,
Yep.
and we're going to
matches
we're going
too.
to do it, and then we're going to announce who won on the next podcast, probably next week. All right. So we're going to do everything because all of these matches kind of matter in some ways. So the pre-show match: Rey Mysterio versus Andrade. RKJ, man, who you got?
Rey Mysterio. He's got to win one match. He's got to win one match to continue the feud, and then you have the rubber match at WrestleMania. So Rey Mysterio.
Eric.
I'm about to go with Andrade in this one. Andrade Cien Almas. If anything, Andrade Cien Almas might have help by Selena Vega, and then that will set the tone for WrestleMania, and then we'll predict from there.
I just don't want Rey Mysterio to get buried and squashed. You know, a lot of times when these veterans come back to face these new guys, I feel like they get their appeal gets destroyed because they're always getting buried. They're always doing the job. At some point, the veteran has to win at least one match to keep his star appeal up.
I agree with you. I think he wins too.
So Rey Mysterio's got to win this match.
Yeah, exactly. So
on the damn pre-show.
100%. So I think Mysterio will win too to keep the feud going. I like that. All right. The Revival versus Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Gable and Rude. Who do we think wins the Raw Tag Team Championships?
I'm gonna have to go with the Revival. They're still gonna keep those tag team titles around their waist.
I'm going to go with the Revival as well. I think the triple threat rules is a way of kind of keeping the titles with the Revival, even though they're probably not the best team. Technically sound, the Revival's lost a lot. So putting him in triple threat, kind of like R-Truth 2 weeks ago before he lost his title, you find that way to slip him in and make his title reign kind of legitimate. So I'm going to go with Revival too.
I'm going to go with an upset here. Aleister Black and Ricochet are winning the Raw Tag Team Championships.
Interesting.
But they're not winning the Dusty Classic.
Dusty Classic's not going to make much sense now because what's his name? Ciampa's in that.
Oh, yeah,
well,
Ciampa.
Gargano.
Well, they didn't
too.
win it anyway.
Yeah, but
Spoiler alert.
spoiler.
Sorry, we
Sorry.
spoiled it. we
Sorry,
spoiled it for
they
you.
didn't win because this neck's broken, guys.
I'm sorry.
It will seem kind of realistic now. All right, and then okay, so yeah, you're going NXT guys. All right, The Miz and Shane McMahon versus the Usos SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship.
I think the Usos are retaining because I think this is where we finally see the breakup between The Miz and Shane McMahon that leads us to the annual Shane McMahon match at WrestleMania against one of his talent.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think the same. You
Same
agree
thing.
with it
Yeah,
too?
I agree with
we all
it.
agree on the same thing.
Usos win it because you're going to see a breakup between
Plus,
Miz and Shane.
the Usos are actually a tag team, and McMahon and Miz aren't, and they already
very
lost to him once, so why would they
tag
not
team.
lose to him again? So we're all going to Usos on that one. All right, Boston Hug Connection versus Nia and Tamina. This is their first defense with the Women's Tag Team Championship.
You can't let the Boston Hug Connection lose on their first title defense.
Same thing, yeah. Boston.
You know, they're not the female Johnny Gargano, okay?
They barely got the tag team title, so yeah.
Plus, it's a bigger thing at WrestleMania. I love Fastlane because all we're doing is just thinking about WrestleMania. But, Bayley...
kind of filler.
It is filler. It's the definition of filler, sir. Filler Fastlane. Filler Lane.
Filler Lane. Okay, there we go.
Podcast name, Filler Lane. All right,
Yeah,
anyway.
there you go.
But anyway, I'm hearing that they want to do Trish Stratus and Lita versus Boston Hug Connection for the titles at WrestleMania. That's a much better matchup than Nia Jax and Tamina versus those two. So let's do it. So let's get Boston Hug Connection winning this match.
Same thing, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
And Trish and Lita come out immediately after the match to start the feud.
Yeah. Trish and Lita, obviously the heels for that WrestleMania match.
I don't know.
They should just turn heel, both of them. It'd be great.
All I know is if
they
they
just beat the holy high hell out of Sasha and Bayley after the match. I'm down for that.
All I know is after Fastlane, everybody who's supposed to be facing each other after WrestleMania needs to have some type of interaction. There needs to be some type of, kind of like what Asuka did after Charlotte Flair beat Ruby Riott last year at Fastlane.
Yeah.
Came right out and challenged her. That's what needs to happen.
Exactly. All right, The Shield versus Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, and Baron Corbin. This is more than likely the last time we see The Shield on WWE television.
Thank God.
I'm tired of these reunions.
I know everybody thinks Roman's winning in his first matchup back, but this Dean Ambrose thing has got me intrigued. I'm hearing it's Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania still. So I'm going with the three underdogs here. I'm going with Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre to win. Some way, somehow, there's some screwery. Dean Ambrose, something happens. You know, let's be honest here. Back when the Shield was originally together, like the first time they were together, Dean Ambrose always went off the rails, and he was always one of the reasons why the teams lost.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to happen like when they were facing the Wyatts back in the day. Dean Ambrose was one of the reasons. He just went off nowhere and just, did his own thing with one of the Wyatt brothers. So I think there has to be some type of friction here, and that leads us to probably, in his last matchup, Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose. And Dean, brother, you're doing the job.
Okay.
Eric?
I don't see the friction happen just yet. I think it might happen the next night on Raw.
Well, they got to do it fast,
the
Eric.
Shield. Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's not going to happen in the Fastlane. It might happen after Raw. After the night Fastlane.
After Fastlane.
Yeah, after Fastlane. So the Shield wins. I think so.
I'm going The Shield wins because although that is what makes most sense, I don't think they'll actually book it that way. I think they'll book...
They want Roman to have his first matchup and be a win.
And they want the Shield's last match to be a win, even though technically when you're going out of the business, you should give it... I think they'll go with Eric's thing, and I think they'll just... The Shield will win, and then they'll break up on Monday after they win, which would be
Everybody's
got to
go their separate ways.
Yeah.
Because Seth Rollins has got to go to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Because think about it this way, too. If are you saying that Dean attacks Roman after the match or something like that here at Fastlane?
I'm saying that there's some
because
reason...
Seth's out there. Seth wouldn't let that happen. So I think it is something that's going to happen on Raw. It's not going to happen on Fastlane.
I think there's something that happens and Roman says, hey, Seth, I know you got the matchup with Brock. Let me take care of it, and it evolves into a matchup between Dean and Roman.
Yeah, I know. I think the Dean Roman match is happening too. I just think the Shield will go over at this pay per view because it's their last time. Yeah. Even though that's not technically wrestling, that's not what's supposed to happen. But it's
not wrestling protocol.
Yeah, exactly.
It is
Plus,
what it is.
The more we don't all pick the same thing, anyways, the better. Okay, so. So now we're gonna go to the main events. Although that's probably a main event, we're gonna go to the singles matches. Asuka versus Mandy Rose for the women's champion. Asuka was injured by Mandy Rose in a match in a live event.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
What do we think happens here? Mandy Rose versus Asuka for the women's championship.
Asuka all day, every day, twice on Sunday.
I agree.
There you go.
And have Lacey Evans come out and attack her.
Could be a pretty
I
good
like her
opportunity
music
right
though.
now. Yeah.
That's a good ass song.
Pretty good
My mom
opportunity
loves
for
when
her
she
to do
comes out.
Yes, you're going Asuka too?
Yeah, Asuka.
Okay, yeah. So Mandy Rose, she's just not enough of a quality opponent. quality body, but not a quality opponent.
Definitely quality
for
body. Thank you, Jesus.
for Asuka. All right, Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship.
I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan this one. Retain the title.
Yeah. Daniel Bryan, we'll see if Kofi some way somehow gets involved or if he gets involved 2 nights later on SmackDown Live. But Daniel Bryan is going to win, and he's going to WrestleMania as the champion.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens.
They gave him a title himself. There's no way he loses this match.
Yeah.
Apparently he can
before
smoke weed with
WrestleMania.
it.
Yeah,
Apparently
no,
he can
it's him.
smoke weed.
Yeah, it's him. No, it's made out of weed. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Probably smoking out of it right now.
Daniel Bryan. Yeah.
Yeah, shut up. We're going to see
Giving
you.
some to Birdie.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Man, Nick.
We're probably going to be smelling
But
it
we've
when we're
said
over there.
everything on this podcast already.
We're probably going to smell it once we're over
This
there.
is so messed
Dude,
up.
we've talked about Nazis. We've talked about people molesting kids. We've talked
This
about
has been... Woo.
yeah. Eric threatened all those kids from Newport Beach.
No hashtags in
It's
this.
not
I
a
don't want
threat,
anybody
it's a
hearing
warning.
this.
That's a warning, dude.
Hey, Eric
This
does
might be a-
boxing videos on Instagram,
This might be a lost podcast. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that.
I'm saying
This
right
might
now.
never be released.
We're just releasing the predictions for Fastlane.
Yeah, in our UFC talk. That's it. What happened to the rest of the podcast? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, so we're all going Daniel Bryan on this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just write that in real quick. And then main event, this is the most important match of this whole card. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. If Becky Lynch wins, she makes it a triple threat match. If Charlotte wins, Becky Lynch is not in the main event of
This is
WrestleMania.
so confusing, but give
Damn.
me Becky Lynch. This is as clear as day.
Yeah, they got to do Becky Lynch because there is no way in hell. If they were to throw out Becky and put her to the side and have her, like, sit for WrestleMania and watch it, that would just suck.
But I wouldn't be surprised with the WWE's booking if they have her some way somehow loose, and then some way somehow she gets into the match the next night.
That's exactly what I'm predicting. I think Becky Lynch actually loses. I'm going Charlotte wins the match.
Jesus.
Wow.
And somehow Becky gets in the match. Dude, I'll tell you
All
this.
Becky has to say is I won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
That's all she's got to do is
Yeah.
bring a lawyer.
Exactly.
Where's her lawyer?
Yeah.
Get R. Kelly's
Get-
lawyer.
No.
Get R. Kelly's
Oh,
lawyer.
man.
No, you don't get. No, you don't get. R. Kelly's lawyer are telling him he's guilty.
Wait a
They'll
minute,
just
wait
be
a
like,
minute. He got off free on his first one. His lawyer got
Kelly?
him off free.
Come on,
it,
man.
it was the videotape.
Yeah, but whatever. They're not talking about R. Kelly anymore. RKJ, man.
How did that happen, dude?
Stop talking about it. Dude. Right.
I can cry. I can cry.
I can cry.
I don't think I'm ever going to be watching Space Jam.
Well, yeah, I mean now LeBron James Space
He
Jam.
ruined his Space Jam.
Oh, my God.
I watched that movie like multiple times.
I love Space
broke
Jam.
I
the
love
tape.
it.
I love Space Jam.
I love that movie, but I don't even know if I'm going to be able to, like, be comfortable watching it again.
All right.
I mean, we listen to Michael Jackson's music.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true.
You know.
The way you make me feel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So I'm picking Charlotte.
Okay.
Who are you picking? You didn't even give a prediction.
I thought I said it. Becky Lynch.
Yeah,
Becky
you said
Lynch?
Becky. I said Becky,
Yeah.
too.
You're saying Becca too? Okay, good. With
Becky
that
with
match,
the good hair.
I'm gonna be if Charlotte wins. I'm gonna be like,
By the way, have y'all seen her? Apparently, there's been rumors going around she's dating Seth Rollins or something. Like
Who?
Becky Lynch. Like they've been like, but it's like them
you
taking
can go
pictures.
to a restaurant with each other and not be dating.
Yeah, it's just
They're
like
on the road.
it's like all these dudes are like up in arms because they want to get a chance with Becky Lynch. I'm sorry, bro. You got no chance with Becky Lynch.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You got no chance.
Not everybody.
No chance in hell?
You got no chance in hell.
No
No chance in hell. Hey,
You
hey,
got
hey,
no
hey,
chance.
hey, hey.
No chance of getting out of jail, R. Kelly.
All right.
Oh,
all
they're bringing
right,
him back up, man.
All
Oh,
right.
damn.
All right. All right. So let's get to the big announcement, Nick, because we only got a few minutes left.
You don't even know what the big announcement is.
Okay. Well, what's the big
The
announcement?
big announcement is, it's not really a big announcement. We are going to be doing a special thing for our social media. We're going to be our 30 days of WrestleMania. But when we release this podcast, we will start the 30-day. More than likely, we might release it the night before, but on Friday, March 8th.
March 8th.
It's officially 30 days until WrestleMania. So we will be posting content on our specifically our Instagram page every single day for those 30 days, whether it be a something with Eric streams, whether it be a review.
15-minute time limit,
exactly.
which may come
Whether
back.
it be an actual podcast, whether it be a UFC show, we will be doing something every single day.
The Ring Generals ain't about podcasting. We post a lot of good content.
Well, we are about podcasting.
We
but
are
it's not
about
all
it.
about
we are
podcasting. Yeah.
But look, the fact of the matter is this is the time of the year where everybody and their moms is searching for wrestling content, whether you're a wrestling fan or not a wrestling fan, because most of us have some type of nostalgia attached to WrestleMania or wrestling in general.
that's
so
right.
subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/The Ring Generals. You'll see our picture up there. Just hit the subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications, and I guarantee you won't regret it.
It's not that hard to tap the notifications.
Yeah, just tap the damn button.
Just
Come
tap
on.
just tap the bell.
If you
Just
need
tap
help,
it one time.
Ask your mom and dad to help you out. If you
Yeah,
want to.
tap it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you need your parents' help, it's fine.
Your boyfriend, your girlfriend, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Even your
Exactly.
You
dog.
know?
If your dog can tap the damn button, have him tap the button.
I'll
Have the
Leo-
dog subscribe.
I'll
to
have
the
Leo
podcast.
your dog.
subscribe.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
There
Yeah,
you go.
where's
Exactly.
Leo? Where's Leo?
Shout outs to Leo, man. He likes to eat up the couch.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
he's done it twice
You gotta
now.
do cover
man.
cover that up, dude.
You got RKO him when he does that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
now he's animal violence now. Now
true.
PETA's gonna
We
come after
have
us.
to get everything in this podcast.
Animal cruelty.
Racism,
Oh my god.
child molestation. What'd you say?
Animal cruelty.
Animal cruelty? Come on, bro.
Come on, Brian.
All right, let's get out of here before we offend anybody else and we get kicked off of YouTube.
Eric,
Yeah.
social media.
All right,
Do it.
so search me up on Facebook at Eric Santos and _Santos_9. For Instagram, OC Rock Radio, Slime and Saturday. I'll be up this Saturday throwing in some good stuff, so be on the lookout for that. And prepping you up for, sorry, I was going to say John Jones. Derek the Black Beast Lewis versus Junior Dos Santos. Check that out. The Video Game Cafe, only on Twitch and YouTube. My latest episode went up. Witness as I get my ass kicked by Mr. X. And I do know that Luke, I also got a taste of him too. So be sure to check him out too on his channel, Memory from the Memory Lane.
At RKJman on Instagram, at RKJman on Twitter, the RKJman on Facebook. Follow the Ring General, subscribe to our channel, YouTube, SoundCloud, and also, okay, we've got more big things coming when we go to WrestleMania too. So we're talking a lot about what we're doing at WrestleMania, and we're gonna put a lot of content.
Oh yeah, the last
YouTube.
of the 30 days are going to be insane because it's
Yeah.
going to be in New York City.
in New York,
We're
New
gonna go
Jersey
live.
area.
We're gonna throw in all the good
We're
stuff.
doing. Are we gonna do some like what is it? Vlogging? Are
we can do
some
whatever
of
the
that?
hell we want.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that, but we'll figure it out.
It's easy.
It's easy.
We'll probably do
Vlogging is just taking videos and then editing them and putting them together.
Yeah.
It's like it's
kind of like it's kind of like what UFC Embedded did. The UFC.
Well,
vlog,
that's
yeah.
more like they have a camera crew. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we have a camera crew.
No, we
You
don't.
know,
I mean,
it's,
if anybody wants to come along with us and be a camera
yeah,
crew for
but
us,
we're not paying you.
Yeah.
So
we'll pay you in food.
yeah, we'll pay
Yeah.
in food, we'll pay you in experience.
McDonald's.
If you want to tape us having dinner, lunch.
Think you got some of those
all that
coupons
good
the guy
stuff.
gave us at Air Wristwatch?
Oh, yeah.
Give
Yeah.
us some of those.
That went out like that night.
It don't
dick.
matter. It don't matter. I want it. Don't call that man.
Yeah.
Don't be mean like
Yeah.
that,
That
bro.
guy was a dick.
Oh, that's not nice.
Come on,
dude.
man. We have
That's
been nice on the
nice,
whole.
too.
No.
We got people from No DQ who follow us.
I'm just kidding.
no.
This is-
shout outs to
It's a
him,
joke.
man.
It's a joke.
Shout outs to
Shouts
him, man.
to him. You don't even know his name.
I know his name. His name
Oh,
is Kyle.
shit.
Interstate
People
Kyle.
say his name.
Shout outs to Interstate Kyle, man.
Oh, I
Shout
like it. No, I do like Interstate Kyle.
Shout outs to the
Yeah.
whole No DQ fam, Cindy G and those girls.
Absolutely. Yeah, but so be ready. Oh, by the way, my social media is all Nick Nenad at lowercase with all the letters, and then Snapchat at Nick Nenad with the underscore in the middle of my name. And Cover 2 Podcast came out with a good podcast yesterday.
Yeah, heard that one.
The official 2018-19 Los Angeles Lakers season funeral.
This is ridiculous.
Yesterday, their season's over. F them. And LeBron James is absolutely not the best to ever play after this season. I'm
He's
just telling you that
so
right now.
focused on turning
Yeah.
up on his Instagram to 2 Chainz
Yeah.
that he can't
Yeah.
even get his team to this
Come on, man.
champion
Come
to
on,
this
man. Yeah.
playoffs.
So the Lakers funeral was yesterday. Go check that out. We light them up.
God.
Not as fierce as we did on this podcast today, but yeah.
They
So
have restrictions on there.
go check that out. Exactly. And then yeah. So that's it. So RKJ man, take it away.
Hey, man, wherever you're going to be at, man, remember to subscribe, tap that bell for notifications, but always raise a glass in the sky and salute the ring generals.